Uh-huh. Yeah. The smell of fresh coffee being brewed. And yeah, and an old-timey coffee maker. Guess what? It still does the trick. So therefore, I am truly frugal. I don't just talk the talk, I walk the walk. Hey, good morning everybody out there. How's everybody doing today? I hope that this video finds everybody doing well. You know, it's the truth. Unless there's something like wrong with an appliance, if it's still giving you good service, you don't have to be one of those types that, oh, it's brand new and I have to run out and get it. I mean, if you can afford it, hey, be my guest. But if you have savings goals and your appliance is working, you don't have to worry about being trendy in the comfort of your own home. Does this make me coffee? Yes. Am I going to kick back and enjoy a tall cup of joe soon? Yes. Okay. By the way, happy Sunday morning. Happy beautiful brunch day. Hopefully you're having a nice, slow, leisurely day. That's what I'm looking forward to. And in a few minutes, Steve and I, we're going to talk about the joy of breakfast foods. Yeah. And how we like best to prepare our breakfast food. And how timely that my coffee is making. Be right back. Hello again, everyone. This is Jan from New York City, and as you hopefully know by now, this is the channel name, Jan from New York City Saves Money. How's everybody doing on this bright and beautiful Sunday morning? And I hope the weather really is bright and beautiful. But if it's not bright and beautiful on the outside, I hope that inside of your heart today, that you are bright and beautiful and feeling well. Okay, I got Steve Young online. Hey, Steve, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm okay. Happy Sunday. You know, one of my most favorite things that I enjoy about the weekend is a leisurely brunch or leisurely breakfast. Because, you know, Steve, I don't actually wake up hungry. What I'll do is I'll grab, of course, my tall one, my cup of joe, or two. It's been known to happen. And then maybe, just so I don't feel sick, I might have a tiny thing to eat. But actually, I prefer to have my breakfast maybe a little bit later on, not just when I jump out of bed. How about you, Steve?
Sometimes the first thing I usually go for is I need at least, it's not that I'm one of the people that touch me and die type person when it comes to caffeine, but I usually like to drink about 1 cup of coffee before I think about any type of breakfast.
Yeah, I mean, rest my mother's soul. She was the type when she used to jump out of bed and eat breakfast right away. I'm like, what? Okay. First coffee, that's for sure. But you know what I'd like to talk about, Steve? Actually, like breakfast foods. How many of you guys watching out there enjoy breakfast foods? And here's the beauty part about breakfast foods. Just don't have it for breakfast. You can have it for lunch. You can have it for dinner. You can have it for a light midnight snack. Because usually breakfast foods in general are not heavy and they're lightweight and best of all, budget friendly. And when I get right back, we're going to talk more about that. Be right back. Hey, talking about breakfast food and my life, I love to have my cup of coffee, but I have a question, not just for Steve, but for you guys watching. Are you the type of person that absolutely cannot be touched upon? No one could go near you unless you sit and stare into space with your cup of joe. Are you that kind of person? Thankfully, I'm not. I love my joe, I love my cup of coffee, but I'm approachable. I'm not like, get away from me. I don't do that. That's like just not my thing, thankfully. And thankfully for anybody that ever lived with me, because I have known a few people like, get the heck away from me. Unless, you know, like whatever it is, they got to get grounded for an hour and just like sit and stare into space. And that could be the kind of person, learn early, leave them alone. Let them decompress and let them have their coffee. Are you like that, Steve? Do you need to decompress, or are you good to go when you first wake up and have your cup of coffee?
No. I wake up, I'm good as can be. Matter of fact, when I get up in the morning, I basically sound like I do right now.
Yeah.
But but I'm not one of those people, if you touch me, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to chop your head off, I got to have my I've gone 45 minutes, an hour, hour and a half without a cup of coffee. And it doesn't bother me.
There you go. There you go. Well, that's good. But now we're going to talk about breakfast food. So, okay, so we got coffee under control, and I don't care if it's instant. I don't care if it's brewed. I really don't care. Either way, coffee is coffee, and I'm just as happy. But let's get on to the foods. One of my favorite breakfast foods, I have a number of them, but one of them, I will always love my eggs, okay? And especially if you're watching your carbs, eggs are great, high protein, low carb. But I definitely have a preference. I do like my eggs over easy, and I have a simple method of making them. But I have to say, Steve, you know what I do before I make my eggs over easy? I take non-stick spray. I find that this is an essential. Non-stick spray in my spray pan. I could sprinkle a little hint of salt for a little bit of that salty bite. And then I place usually I have my two eggs in my skillet, and then I watch it as it goes along. And when I see it's like pretty like semi-formed, then I have this trick where I like to use a clear lid put it on top of the skillet, and I time it for about 2 minutes to 2 minutes and 40 seconds for me. And everybody's stove varies or whatever. And actually, I don't even flip those eggs. It formulates its own cover. So if you're the kind of person that likes eggs over easy, but you hate the flipping part, try considering this method. See if it works for you. You put the cover, and if it's a clear cover, you can see what's going on. If it's not a clear cover, just lift it up at intervals. Put on a timer. And usually at about 2 minutes and 40 seconds later, after you've noticed that it started to formulate before that, you hopefully will see like a white cover occur on it. And then when it get really, really zippy and zesty, I may throw like a slice of Munster or Swiss cheese or American cheese over that. Very high protein, very inexpensive, and really, really good. Does that sound good to you, Steve?
I'll take it.
Okay. Now, you have a method that you use with scrambled eggs? There's some ingredient that's very helpful? What is that ingredient when you make scrambled eggs, Steve?
Well, not only scrambled eggs, it's also good in an omelet. Well, it's actually a couple of things, so I might as well elaborate. One of the things I like to put in my scrambled eggs, and it gives it a cheesy texture, and it's pretty good. Why not take about a teaspoon and a little better of Parmesan cheese and stick it in there? Not only does it give you a cheesy egg texture, it also makes the scrambled eggs fluffier. Also, in an omelet.
So that's nice. Yeah.
Put the Parmesan cheese in there, and if not that, add a little bit of milk. It does make it. Not only does it yield a little more, but it also makes it fluffier.
You know, I'm going to remember that the next time I make an omelet, because number one, I do love Parmesan cheese in general. Okay. And that's really, really good. And you know, my mother, it sounds like similar to what my mom used to do, Steve. She used to like to put a little bit of of milk in her egg mixture. And milk for her also fluffed it up. But I like the idea of the Parmesan cheese because it gives it that little bit of softer texture, right? And a little bit of a salty bite.
That's what I said. That's exactly what it does. But I don't use salt in my food unless the salt is already in the ingredient.
Yeah.
I will not make salt as a separate thing to add.
Yeah.
I gave that up a long time ago.
Okay. Now, what about like things like, all right, I don't think you're a big fan of pancakes. Do you like waffles or French toast?
Actually, I am a fan of pancakes. I could care less for. I've never been a big waffle person.
That's it. That's it. I made a mistake. It was the waffles you're not a huge fan of. Okay.
I'll eat it, but all right. It's a little bit of a quick, funny thing. You give me a whole waffle, I cannot eat it. But you give me a stack of 3 pancakes, I have no problem with it.
Oh my gosh.
That's maybe it's the texture, I don't know. But coming over to the French toast, I love French toast. There's a lot of things you can do with it. You can use cinnamon as flavoring. I've been known to use pumpkin pie spice. If you don't have any milk or you're out of vanilla or something, you can use coffee creamers in place of that as an alternative, which comes out good.
Wow.
There's just several things you can do with the French toast. Again, it's really a blank canvas. You can do, if you have a creative mind, there's so many things you can do.
I think you nailed it, hit the nail on the head about being creative and opening up the creative flow and juices. And you know what I like to do, like for the holiday season, okay, I like to take eggnog and use that in my French toast batter. Just eggnog. You don't even have to add an egg. I mean, if you feel like adding an egg, it's up to you. Eggnog, stale bread, make a whole bunch of it, bake it off, and make like sort of like a bread pudding, French toasty kind of a casserole for your guests. Because if you have a bunch of guests, then that's the easiest way to do things, like in large quantities in one shot. That's what I've been known to do. And by the way, in case you haven't seen this, because there are a lot of new subscribers, and by the way, welcome, thank you. And to my veteran subscribers, thank you. I just want to shout out a video that was technically filmed, like not in the greatest way, but is my highest ranking video. And there's a reason for it, and it's how to make a coffee cake with pancake mix. So I'm going to link that up in the description box below. And, Steve, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to talk about breakfast. Have you ever eaten breakfast for dinner?
Oh, yeah. There have been times even though I'm a big lover of omelets because you can change it up each time and it'd be different with what you put in it, another blank canvas, my favorite go-to breakfast, but I've eaten it for dinner, I've done it for lunch. Scrambled eggs and bacon. I am the happiest person in the world.
Oh, yeah. And I believe you also enjoy turkey bacon like I do. If I'm not mistaken, I think you're the one who mentioned it to me a long time ago. And I took the plunge. I like turkey bacon because I'm not a grease fan, but I'm a flavor fan. And also it has great flavor, and you actually get a lot of meat more than fat. So
that, right. And before we conclude, a lot of the time when you go to the store and buy turkey bacon, it's usually a good couple of dollars or a little bit better, not as much as regular bacon.
Very cost effective. And you don't have that cleanup, the extra grease. I mean, that's my taste. Some people love the grease. Don't get me wrong. I like the flavor of original bacon. I'm just not a fan of greasy food. For whatever the reason, greasy food and me, we just don't mix. Well, thank you again, Steve. And I want to thank everybody for viewing. Thank you so much for viewing. Why? Because we really appreciate whose time? Your time. Don't forget to come back tomorrow for Money Monday. Have a great day, everybody. And eat some breakfast anytime. Ordering your Just Saying mug or personalized birthday mug is much easier than you think. Just check out the web link below the description box. If you have any questions, come to me. Let me know, and I'll be happy to personally fulfill your order. Don't forget, you can include the person's name and date of birth on the birthday mug and make it that much more special.